All right, so boom, the deserved downfall of Bobbi Althoff by Jamari. I have not seen much of her recently, so I thought maybe she was just chilling or laying low. I didn't know she had like a downfall. But let's see what she did that leads up to her deserved downfall.
So it has been a while since we last talked about Bobbi Althoff. Bobbi obviously hit it big online with her parody of mommy blogger TikTok content.
Yes, I did name my daughter Richard. I just always really loved the name Richard, and I wanted a boy, but I had a girl, and I decided to name her Richard anyway.
There is nothing more embarrassing than walking around with one of these. Everyone knows how it got there. You know what you did.
So she was running it up.
So she was a troll online pretty much before she went viral and started doing the podcast.
Up over there, amassing a couple million followers, getting millions of plays per video, and making a couple of $100,000 per year.
I was making around like $250 to $300 a year.
Thousand.
Yeah.
From brand
deals on TikTok. Wow. And 250 is great and all, but it's hard to come up with content with just me every day.
$250,000 a year as an annual income is great and all.
Yes.
It is great.
It is great.
And this is where she claims that she parlayed that fame into her podcast fame.
Hi guys, welcome to the Really Good Podcast with your host Bobbi Althoff.
And from episode 1, people suspected that she was an industry plant, mainly because she was immediately in bed with the 69 God, and was shortly after showing off Mark Cuban's disgusting Piggly Wigglies.
Ew, you nasty ass bastard!
Like, dude, you are a billionaire. You should have a personal foot washer.
I believe in my podcast, so I
Okay, but if she had, so I'm trying to think about it. If she had millions of followers prior to launching the podcast, that means that she would be popular. And before she did interviews with these people, she did an interview with Funny Marco. Because that's what I remember seeing, the interview with her and Funny Marco. I thought that's how she ended up getting all these other guests after that podcast with Funny Marco.
I'm trying.
I could be wrong.
I've had a few guests, some D-list celebrities.
And not only did that spark the industry plant rumors, but also within 1 week of launching her podcast, she had the top talent agency in the entire entertainment industry representing her and her brand. Landing celebrity guest after celebrity guest, it was very clear that her growth was far from organic. This was obviously something people called out immediately online, and also to her face.
I know.
You're not an industry plant, right?
I am, but
you do feel kind of planty. We do have the same manager, so is this?
I know, isn't that crazy?
It feels a bit planty.
This is definitely planty.
You got here in 5 minutes. It took me 20 years.
Hey, it has been a minute.
What I think industry plant is, it's like somebody that has been that is tied to someone else in the industry and uses those connections to capitalize, and they have zero talent.
I'm not an anythinger. I don't have any talents.
And she even admitted in a later interview that these comments broke her down mentally.
But to be fair, he led with showing us her initial clips, right? If she already had 1 million subscribers on YouTube, if someone seen her brand and thought it was marketable, they could have reached out to her and helped her make all these connections. And it is going to look very industry planty. We're going to be fair. Yes, they said that she had 1 million subscribers on YouTube before she even did her first podcast. Unless I heard the beginning of the video completely incorrectly.
Based on what the comments are saying. And sometimes it's just constructive criticism. It can be a little mean, but yeah. Doesn't bother me too much.
And I really feel like her and the Hawk Tua girl were basically on that same wavelength. And just as quickly as each rose, both equally as quickly fell off.
I also can't say they were on the same wavelength. This girl went viral for saying Hawk Tua spit on that thing. She went viral by mistake. She was on TikTok making money from TikTok and then did the other transition. I would think that the work that these two put in would be completely different, right? I would just assume.
I mean, at least for Hawk Tua, she had this massive scandal that derailed her career. You know, the whole scam in your...
Yeah, she tried to scam her fans with crypto.
Fans with no remorse thing will kind of do that to you. But as for Bobbi, I think that people really just got sick of her sarcastic, too cold to be here, one-trick pony bit. And when she would get in a room with someone like Offset, who read her like a book, she would be made foolish still trying to pull this act off.
You wanted to be on my podcast.
Why you keep saying that, Kevin? That shit, man. I honestly didn't even want to do this shit. I don't fucking do interviews. I'm fucking with you because they're making me. You need a little bit of seasoning. You ain't got no seasoning, man. You like a plain piece of chicken just on the thing. You pull it off, and then you serve the dish. You need some motherfucking seasoning, man.
You need some motherfucking seasoning, man. That's funny. She used to be pretty famous back in the day, but over time she's becoming kind of cringe, which is fair. Which is fair. If she's doing the same thing, people will get tired of that. That does happen. Offset did cook though. He does.
You
just
can
cook.
leave now.
This is my hotel. I paid for this motherfucker. You can leave now.
Now, beyond this, the main
That boy Offset said, "You can leave now." Holy
public
shit.
ridicule that she faced outside the industry plant narrative was that she broke up her family to be in social circles with famous people.
You know,
I flew all the way here
you did. I really do appreciate
on my
that.
daughter's first birthday.
I wasn't going to bring that up.
Hmm.
You missed your daughter's first birthday. For
To
this.
be here.
Dark.
Dark.
Regret that you'll never be able to undo.
Yeah.
Horrible parenting.
Now, when Drake is calling you a bad parent,
I felt like he was trolling her, but this is pretty funny. I'm not gonna hold.
you know you're
horrible
doing
plans.
something wrong.
Horrible
Speaking of
parenting.
Drake, by the way, the dude is so down bad that he's been in Bobbi's comment section on Instagram begging her to unblock his name.
Embarrassing!
Either way, despite being married at the time of these early interviews, she was always asking these guests if they would smash her up.
Would you date someone that looks like me? Am I your type?
I'd do it.
Thank you.
I do
I mean,
it.
imagine being her husband seeing that shit.
I do it. Yo, imagine asking somebody, "Are you my type?" And they're like, "I do it."
The guy did actually file for divorce around a month after the Drake episode dropped, leading to rumors that Drake gave her her initial initiation, if you know what I mean. Obviously, after this, she would gain the reputation that she was being passed around the industry. Ryan Garcia was chasing her around the room like it was his crush on the school playground. He would later confirm them hooking up during a Twitter rant. She was seen being drunkenly carried out of clubs, and even had this really embarrassing moment when she tried to do that thing where girls soft launch the guy they're dating, only to have it backfire after the FBI, that is social media, discovered that it was some NFL player and he completely denied being with her in the first place. This caused her to crash out on TikTok.
Just like hard to imagine finding someone who is truly good for you. It's hard to imagine there's a world where there's like someone who's actually meant for you. Dating is just hard, you guys. Like,
Well, now Bobbi has
Okay, I can see what would happen there, right? She did all those interviews. She asked all those strange questions. Her man divorces her, as he should, if he respects himself. Like, that was, you feel me? Kind of crazy, right? But then she thought she met someone, tried to soft launch it. They deny her. Life, man. Life is tough.
has officially announced that she will be ending her podcast, which is surprising to me considering she was still getting decent guests and views in the hundreds of thousands occasionally. But obviously, when you compare this to her peak where she was getting at least 1 million views per podcast and like these top level guests, it had been looking pretty rough. I mean, no one really knew these people she was now interviewing, and when she was doing solo episodes, there were not many views at all. But either way, she hosted like a funeral for her podcast.
Hi guys, welcome to the Really Good Podcast. All jokes aside, all honesty, this is the last episode. In honor of the last episode, my sister and I are going to sing a song. I heard there was a secret chord that David played.
You know what, though? Maybe she's going to transition into something different, or maybe she's just going to chill on all the money she made and, try to have a good life.
And it pleased the Lord,
Both are good.
but you
Both are good
don't
options.
really care for music, do ya? And it goes like,
Hear me and hear me good, nigga. I'm here to double down. That shit is a 2-pack of ass.
Yeah, I totally have no idea why this
2-pack of
podcast fell out of
ass.
favor. Now, regardless of all of that, even up until last year, someone was funneling money into her career, trying to make her a thing, trying to get her some positive PR with Business Insider and other entities that are known to take money to do interviews or think pieces on celebrities.
the Really Good Podcast. She was a great podcast. She got me this house, got me the car I drive. She got me a lot of stuff, and she was really great. I really did appreciate her for the time I had with her. And she brought me a lot of memories and a lot of great guests. I will miss doing this
A 2-pack
podcast,
of
and I will
ass
miss
is crazy, right?
the money this
This
podcast
shit is
brought
crazy.
me.
Now, over time, it has been abundantly clear that from the start, this was all about money and fame to Bobbi, who straight up admitted that even when she was young, that was her main aspiration in life.
Mentally decided that she made like at least $300 a year on her podcast alone, and I was like, that's what I need to do next. Like, I need a podcast.
How'd you become an influencer or creator?
Just wanting to make money.
It's like she in general represents a microcosm into our society and how social media has warped people's minds.
I hope that I go from D-list to A-list. That's my goal in 10 years.
From D-list to A-list.
Yes.
I feel like over the last 2 to 3 years specifically, I've noticed a change in the way that women in particular present themselves online. And I'll say specifically on Instagram, where there's this sense that they think they are someone famous or a spectacle to be admired, and
You need
I
to
find
start a
that shit
podcast too?
hilarious.
You're bugging.
And I'm talking about like an everyday regular girl with 500 followers acting like her shit don't stink. I mean, people in general are just so much more narcissistic than ever before due to social media, or I guess I should say they are desperate for online validation in a way that was viewed as cringy during the early days of social media.
As you guys know, this podcast started off just with a girl with a dream.
So should you have less confidence in yourself so you don't come off that way? Or should you steer clear of social media so you don't end up like those people he just talked about? Like, what would you guys do? Right? If your goal was to make money, like what would you do to make money? Would you like chase your dreams no matter what that dream is? Would you go to college for a specific career? Are you joining the military? What would be like your moral answer to go make money?
To make more money. And I knew when I started that it was going to go places. I didn't know I would fall off as quickly as I did. To be honest, I did think this was going to last a bit longer. But nevertheless, it lasted a minute, and I'm proud of the accomplishments I have, and I'm pretty sad that it has to end like this, but it's okay. Thanks.
I mean, hey, shout out to her for being able to acknowledge the fall off and the fact that she loves money. She did run about 10 ads in this podcast, and the entire episode in general just seemed like a money grab, where she says, remember when I did this podcast, remember when I did that podcast.
And I will never forget the moment he told me that I was like unseasoned chicken.
It was basically like one of those
Gamble
filler
or do
episodes
crypto
where they
shit?
just show a bunch of flashbacks from the
See, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? I know I've been reacting to his video, but my take is not the same as his take. Everyone has a downfall at some point, right? On social media, unless you lock yourself into like a super evergreen niche where everything is like, it can happen to anybody, right? I don't know who Rainn Wilson is, I'm not gonna lie, right? But if you want to be a crypto god to make money, cool. I'm not gonna judge you, dude. If you want to go to college, again, I'm not gonna judge you. You should just do what sounds good for you. Just try to keep yourself healthy, try to stay on a good path. But if your dream is to be a content creator, fuck what anyone's thinking, chase your dream. If it's to be a music producer, do it. If it's to be a doctor, do it. Right? Like, who cares, man? If it's what you want to do, you do it. It's your life.
show, the one you always skip.
Tell us,
She
was
really
that
just
her?
cycles through all the interviews, she plays a clip, and moves on, periodically throwing another ad in your face. And I do have a
Damn.
sneaking suspicion that this might just be the pre-launch of some of the show that she wants to now do. But this is how she ends her show.
Just any final words for the podcast?
She really fell off.
No, it happened. People said I was falling off, and they were right. So now it's dead. You guys got what you wished for. You wanted it to be over, it's over. It's gone. It's not there anymore. And now, I don't know what we're gonna do.
I don't know, I just feel like someone who loves being around famous people and rising up the social ranks as she does would not just give it up. It's actually my guess, considering that this episode was posted on the very last day of July, and with these various sponsors riddled into this crock of crap, is that this was only made to meet obligations to them, as when you agree to these deals they usually have allotted time slots of when you will post their ad. And I just cannot see very many people, even if they are a genuine fan of this show, watching the entire thing. And let me just say, the comment section on this video is not exactly what you would expect from a send-off.
I don't think so.
I mean, it was almost like it was a mixture of good riddance, they were sick of the ads, and then just a bunch of comments about how she left her family to pursue this. Either way, it looks like this is the end of the Bobbi era. Honestly, I think that she would have made more money and had more longevity online in the parody blogger space. But I guess it's a good lesson that sometimes it's better to rise up slow than to just jump on a rocket and burn out. Either way though, I want to know what you guys think about this decision by Bobbi down below.
I mean, I'm gonna keep this shit a ban, right? I feel like she should do whatever the fuck she wants to do. She wanted to shoot up like a rocket fast and make hella money as fast as possible. Cool, there's no problem with that. If she wants to do the slow grind and build everything slow, there's also no issue with that, right? Like, we aren't living these people's lives. Some people liked her content, some people didn't. It is what it is, right? And that's just my honest opinion. It is what it is, right? Like, I'm not gonna say it's deserved because I don't know this bit. I don't know what the fuck she was really doing in her life, right? But anything can happen to anybody online, and that's honestly just the normal sentiment. The normal sentiment is you could go online one day and go viral, and the next day no one would know you, right? That's just how that actually does work, right?